We've driven 10 kilometers on the old road out of Playa Blanca towards Arrecife, and then we hung a left, and the first thing we've come across is the Salinas de Janubio, which is the salt pans. This is still a working salt pan. You see some lovely colours as the water that's pumped in from the ocean slowly dries out and leaves behind the salt. You can see piles of salt in the distance there on both sides of that lagoon, and there are people, I don't know whether you can see it on the video, but there are people down there working on it. There's also a little shop which you can see to the left of the car park there, and the people you see wandering around are probably on tours. They do a terrific guided tour of this area, and I don't know whether you can hear that, but there's a helicopter behind me and they're doing exercises in the hills behind us on the mountain, so you can probably hear the whop whop of the chopper blades as well. So from here we're going to drive on down the road through this volcanic region into El Golfo and show you a bit more there. So we're on the road to El Golfo now from the Salinas, and I love this road. It's absolutely beautiful. Very, very smooth surface, nice and windy. You've got the ocean on your left, and it's carved through the middle of a field of lava that flowed down from Timman fire in the 18th century. It's been used over the years by car manufacturers. Mercedes, Porsche, Ducati motorcycles have all done vehicle launches and promotional videos along this stretch of road because it's just so incredibly scenic. Great for driving on, great for motorcycling on, and also fantastic for cycling on because it's just beautiful to look at and very smooth to ride on. So we're heading down to somewhere else we're going to stop at for you before we get to El Golfo. Sign off for now. We've come another couple of kilometers up the road from the Salinas de Janubio, and this is called Los Hervideros, the blowholes, and this is a little stop on the road to El Golfo, and as you can see there are lots of people wandering around. There's a pathway that goes all through them, and at high tide there are blowholes that blow water quite high up into the air. As you can see, if I pan around the car park, it's actually quite busy here. So despite the COVID lockdown, it's a beautiful day, 30 degrees, and lots of tourists around as well. In this area you find olivine in amongst the stones, and there's some people, as you can see, on a little balcony that you can walk down to from the pathway. I also love that red mountain in the background, a red pecan mountain. So we'll go on now into El Golfo. So this is Charco de los Clicos, the Green Lagoon in El Golfo, which is in a sea volcano. As you can see, a lot of people here. The lagoon is green because it's fed by the ocean, and a seagrass algae lives in there, and it's just a beautiful luminescent colour. I'm just going to swing around a little bit and show you. We'll walk up this hill, and there's a lovely little beach there. Sorry, you're going to get a bit of wind noise now, but I'll look down on the beach before we drive into El Golfo and take you into the village. One of the few black sand beaches on the island, and one of the few sheltered bays because it's quite a rough ocean, quite a rough area in the ocean around here. One of the few places where it's easy to store boats up on the beach. And the distance there is the village. We're heading down there next. So here we are driving into El Golfo. This is a favourite for Sunday lunch. One of my favourites for Sunday lunch as well, and as you'll see as we drive through, there are loads of restaurants. On the right you can see La Lapa. There's a little hotelito, a little hotel on the right. There's another large one here with 2 stories. They all specialise in fish and really fresh fish, and on a Sunday you need to get here 12:30 or 1 o'clock to be sure of getting a table. The local Spanish come here and they tend to eat at about 1:30, but Sunday lunch takes 3 or 4 hours. It's a pretty little village and it's right on the coast, and just concentrate on not crashing into this car coming towards us. That's my favourite restaurant here. That's Bogavante, and Bogavante is Spanish for lobster, and they've actually got tanks in the entrance with fresh lobster, but they've got tables and chairs right on the beach at the front. Another little one here coming up on the right that we quite often come to for tapas is called La Gamba Loca, and they have another restaurant, another Gamba Loca in Orsala as well. So they've got one at each end of the island effectively. Lago Verde here on the right has got lots of tables on the left. We've eaten there as well, so we tried most of them. Never had a bad meal here, especially if you love fish, you'll absolutely like it. And that's the end of El Golfo effectively. We're just going to turn around now and head back out and go and get ourselves some lunch in Playa Blanca. I believe Julie's organised something for us. So I hope you enjoyed this little tour of some of the southern villages at the base of the Timanfaya Mountains in Lanzarote. Bye for now.